Now
Yeah.
you brought up the serotonin hypothesis, which I wanted to bring up a little bit later, but since you brought it up in 2022, the Journal of Molecular Psychiatry put out this meta-analysis
Mhm.
on serotonin levels and whether it correlates with depression, and it sort of brought that all a storm. There's a big debate now because of that. It's always been debated, but this was a big turning point. How
Mhm.
has, if you don't mind explaining what the results of that meta-analysis were and how that might sort of help the argument or the unsiloing or the coupling of physical and mental health?
Yeah, so I think for a historical concept, we spoke about it a little bit where, the original serotonin hypothesis of depression is that if you have low levels of this neurotransmitter serotonin, you have depression. And the whole premise for antidepressant agents, so SSRIs or SNRIs, was that they could replete these serotonin levels and thereby treat your depression. And I think this was a very simplistic way of presenting it. And this meta-analysis that you're referring to, I think it was by Joanna Moncrief in
Yes.
2022 in the Molecular Psychiatry. It came out and it was an umbrella review that brought together a lot of different evidence bases. What I will say is I think I'm on in the middle of it. I think the umbrella review, there was a lot of concerns in terms of the methodological quality of it. So there were studies omitted, and I think they
Mm-hmm.
made claims that extended beyond what they could have in that instance. What I take away from it is it was great that it generated discussion in the space with regards to the serotonin theory and opening up or revisiting psychiatry, how we look at treating depression. From that sense, I think serotonin is implicated in depression. There's a lot of for cognition, reward behavior, all these different things. Do I think depression is just a serotonin lowering and that you can just treat it by elevating serotonin? No, I don't think it is either, too. So I think the utility of this umbrella review was creating that discussion. I think there were errors in terms of the methodological, again, aspects of it, of making claims that serotonin is not implicated at all, because I don't think that's the case. But I think it was helpful to create discussion, which I think is much needed in many fields where we become very cemented in a specific way of thinking, and then it just doesn't change. You stay fixated in depression's low serotonin, and we get so hyper focused in all of our research on serotonin that we don't look at the big picture. So to go to the second point is that I think it helps broaden it to a bigger picture of depression isn't just neurotransmitters. It isn't just the brain. It's also the body. It's the person's experience. Some of these systems may be implicated in it, but I don't think that it's the sole cause. I